And my guest is calling in right now. Let's add her to the call. And
Hello.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined with Angelina right here, right now. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, sweetie, how are ya?
I'm doing real good, and happy holidays to you, and thank you for being on the show this evening.
Thank you for having me.
So let's go ahead and begin. And you are a model and an actress.
Mhm.
How did you get started in both of those genres?
Modeling, I've done since I was young, and I believe probably when I was back in my early 20s, I started doing bikini stuff and lingerie stuff. And I was out in California one time working with a bikini team, and I was approached by somebody from Playboy, and they had basically asked me if I wanted to come in and test, and I kind of mulled that over, and I said, what the hell, why not? And I started with Playboy in 2008 through Cyber, and I got two layouts in 2009 and 2010. I got two layouts again. And then after that, I kind of started doing the nude circuit and started doing art nudes in museums and internationally, and went kind of up to erotica, and was just recently got a 10-page layout in Centerfold in Hustler in November. So it's been good.
Now, from the med.
And
Go ahead.
as for film, I kind of started doing commercials when I was little, and I ended up being asked to do some stuff on the side for a project, a small movie role. And the next thing I know, like the producer was like, "Oh, I spoke to so and so and this producer and this company, and they want you to come in for this and that." And it just started rolling, I guess, again. So I've been very lucky.
For those just tuning in, you are chilling with Jeff and Kenny C live right here on ITMIRadio.com talk channel. Number two, I'm joined with model and actress Angelina Leigh. She's actually calling in from New York. She's got some work going on there, and again, appreciate you for taking the time to join us. You
No
pointed
problem.
out you pointed out that you have done work for Playboy, you've done work for Hustler as well, and
Yep.
I really haven't had a chance to interview anyone that's worked for both companies. So what I want to ask is, what's it like? What's the difference working for those two, and what's it like working for both companies?
It's an experience. I guess the biggest difference you can say is Playboy, and I don't know what's going on with them now because I believe that a Canadian company bought them. But Playboy, it was fun. It doesn't last very long for the girls. You can't have so many publications in that company. So once you have about four or five publications with them, they kind of see you as like overused. So they don't bother working with you that much anymore. So kind of look either you have a choice to not do anything else, or you have a choice to go ahead and go into a different direction, which I decided to do. I think there's a big difference with money. Payment's huge, huge difference, huge contrast. But again, with Hustler, you're doing a lot more of a adult work than with Playboy. And so obviously you would assume to be, a little bit more paid better, I guess. I enjoyed working with both of them. I enjoyed being a part of Playboy. It's a huge part of American history. It always will be. It's great to be a part of that. It's great to have been able to go to their mansion and parties and to meet a lot of people there. And I met so many people in the business through them, so I'm very thankful for that. I think that with Hustler, it's a little bit more of a fan base. I think that I really think it's probably like triple times the fan base that Playboy actually has. Again, they're more risque. So, I enjoyed working with them both. And I actually do have another layout in Hustler Taboo coming out in January.
January 2013. What a way to kick off the year for you.
Exactly.
So everybody be on the lookout for that. In addition to that, what else you have in the works for 2013?
Well, we just released a film I star in, Disgruntled Employee. It was just released this past month. So everybody needs to be on the lookout for this. It's a bit explicit. It's a sexploitation film, and it's a horror film, but it's psychological thriller horror, more or less. A lot of the sexploitation in it. A lot of the theme that's underneath it all, which I really was surprised to see coming up more and more in indie film nowadays, is the fetish theme, the bondage theme, the BDSM torture theme. Really good movie. If you like psychological thrillers and you enjoy the Saw type of stuff, you would probably really enjoy Disgruntled Employee. Again, that was released by Rough Pictures, and I have one of my favorite movies I've ever been able to be a part of is coming out this spring, and I believe we're going to hit the indie film circuit in the spring and fall, and that is Dangerous People. And this film is just going to be excellent. I've gotten a sneak peek of the footage, and I'm just in awe of how well it was done. It's not going to be your average indie film. It's basically I feel like I'm like looking at theater quality in this film, and it's a 1970s sexploitation thriller, and it has a lot of the horror concept in it. That was written actually by Garo Nagelshan and Richard Anasky. And the company Mole Tao, I always have to think of that before I say it, is going to be releasing that. And I can't wait for this to be released. I play a female who is, again, it takes back all the way into the 1970s, and the set is so unique. It actually has the clothing, the vintage clothing, the vintage telephones. Everything about it was just so 1970s. And I play a prostitute who basically was going to be, or is supposed to be, a victim of two predators. And she is, I love her character. I fell in love with her character as soon as I read the script. She has a lot of strength dealing with these two predators, and it's definitely a twist towards the end on who she is, what she's about, and, it's going to be great. I'm so excited for this to come out. So you have to look out for Dangerous People.
I will most certainly keep an eye on all that and then some.
Yeah.
So, for people that wants to get in touch with you or learn more from you, rather, why don't you go ahead and promote your links, Facebook, Twitter, or any other links out there people need to know?
My Facebook page, I have like 3 of them, but I think 2 of them are filled. You know what? I have a new one opening right now. Actually, you're on, and that would be facebook.com. Let's see what this is. Miss Angelina Leigh 1. Very simple. People can add me on there, get updates. I don't know what I don't have my computer in front of me, so I don't know what my Twitter is, and I believe you just look up my name. It's there.
translation, Google her, and you'll get the links.
Thanks.
Yeah, Google's the way to go nowadays for people to.
I know, you can find anything on anybody.
That's
I Google me once in a while, and I'm like, wow, whoa.
wow.
Nice. Okay, I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this. I find a lot of stuff about me out on Google.
Does googling yourself consider a good thing or a bad thing, considering the work that you do?
Well, it's funny because there's so much stuff out there that I you have to take it all with a grain of salt. Anybody that puts out a name in our industry, obviously, there's everyone's going to have their freedom to an opinion and this and that, but I most of the stuff I've found is good. There's sometimes you kind of I've seen people that I've been married to that I've never been married to. There's you just find out so many strange, odd things that you just never knew about yourself. That people have to say, and you're just like, wow, that's so off. But everyone's got their opinion, and it's kind of fun to see some of the stuff you come up with. It's a fun thing to do when you're bored. Couple of laughs. You laugh off. You learn to laugh off.
Yes, it definitely. Some things can be far-fetched, especially if you are featured on Wikipedia. I mean, they post stuff that you didn't think
I
existed.
took mine down. I kept basically I kept trying and having a couple of my managers were taking it down, and I got to a point where I didn't know if I wanted one up there because people can throw in what they want to on that. Is that correct?
I really don't know if that's the case or not, but I think that's what it is. People just feel the need to add stuff on there.
Right. And when I saw mine up there, I was really kind of awestruck because I did not do it. And, you have to prove you didn't do it, which is hard to prove to begin with. But what we did is we found a couple of little things in there that we had to give them to show them that it wasn't me that did it. Basically, like, the area I was born was completely off. Where I grew up, half of my bio was, like, fabricated on there by somebody. And it was back when I was doing only art nude work before I got into erotica and the fetish companies and stuff like that. So they listed me automatically as a porn star, and I was like, what? I'm not a porn star. So, yeah, I was lucky to have that taken down, but I don't know if I want to go back on that or, attempt to, because once you open it, I do believe that anybody can kind of toss whatever they want as a fact up there, and I don't like that.
All I know is I'm glad that I'm not popular enough to have a Wikipedia. So
you get to that point where you're kind of sometimes like, wow, okay, yeah, that's a little bit more stressful than beforehand, but again, you got to take everything with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. So with Christmas just a few days away, what do you have in store? Anything particular, like parties or anything, or you just hanging out with the family on that day?
I keep it really small. I hang out with the family. I hang out with the grandparents and my dog, my little baby. And I like to, I'm definitely a laid back person. I'm not really a big celebration person, but yeah, just kind of enjoying we actually got snow here it was nice to have it for Christmas. I don't know if it's going to stay. So it'll be nice just to kind of chill inside, keep warm, hot cocoa. And I do have to get back to a script I am writing and producing and directing, co-producing and co-directing about 2 days after my time of rest. So just back to the scripts again.
Well, before I let you go, Angelina, I want to take this time and thank you for being on, especially a few days' notice. This is the last interview of the year. So I guess
Woo!
that's what they say: save the best for last, and you fit the bargain. And
All right.
so
Well, I'm glad I could be on.
thank you for being on. Best of success to the movies and your other endeavors going forward. Keep an eye on the
Mhm.
movies. Check her out on Facebook under Angelina Leigh, Leigh. By the way, um, just keep
Miss
informed.
Angelina Leigh won.
Miss Angelina Leigh won, as in the number one, not
Yep,
the world one. People keep,
I'm numero one.
yeah, that's how you get your point across too, so people know that it's legit. Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah. There's about 6 of them on there, and again, like the Wikipedia thing, I kind of find it funny that there's so many of me on there that and it's just like 2 of me that are really on there, 2 or 3. But yeah.
and now that you brought it up, I mean, how do you feel about people try to pose as you on social media sites? Do you kind of get mad at it, or like you said, you just laugh it off and try to get
You mean the postings with the fake
yeah,
postings, or
if,
when they put up fan page? You know, when they put up the fan pages of me, I'm not mad about it at all. I'm flattered. I like that people actually go out of their way to do that. I feel as if you know it's a they feel like I'm talented enough, or they like my work enough to do that, and that's a great feeling to have. That doesn't happen to a lot of people in my in this area, in the film indie and modeling. And you know, it goes to a point though when you have people stealing certain pictures you don't want, you know, posted, and they don't ask you, and you know, it takes 2 seconds really to drop a line to somebody and say, you know, I'd like to promote this. Can I put this on my page? And you know, as long as it's not promoted, you know, in this horrible light, I don't agree with these sites stealing a lot of our photos from our magazine layouts, especially when it's of the adult nature. And they're on, like, slutbangbitch.com. You know, I'm like, come on, guys, really? Is that really necessary? So that's the kind of stuff that I don't like. But again, you put your name out there, and you just kind of deal with it and roll with the punches. You know.
that is
I
absolutely
guess
true. They
what did
can't
they
they,
used
they
to
can't
say
they can't
in
get enough of
Hollywood?
you.
All of the promotion or something you get can never be bad promotion. Oh, I can't remember what it was. There's a saying.
Any I guess any publicity is good publicity. I guess that's what
There
they
it
say.
is. Yep. So you
And
just kind of smile and keep it in mind.
and you know you are a attractive woman, and I guess people would tend to do things that's nice and all, but no, people just
Yeah, you just kind of got to ask some people, you know, always try to think of it if it was you or your friend or, you know, your family member, would you really, you know, want to disrespect somebody? Or, you know, if you're going to do something, do it in a good light. There's no reason to not do it in a good light. So, yeah.
well
And
said.
I don't get a lot of it either, so I'm pretty lucky in that aspect.
Well said. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you for being on. Have a happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for being on the show.
You too, sweetie.
You have
All
a
right, thank you.
you have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right,
You
bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
That was Miss Angelina Leigh joining me here for the last interview of the year for Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C.